Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
And good afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, and with me, special guest, Miss Jessica McBride from the Muskogee Nation News, actually media coordinator at the tribe. She just wears all kinds of different hats. You can't tell because she's got great hair, but definitely wears all kinds of different hats, does a lot of different things. Jessica, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, the reason that Jessica is here actually is this is our special edition of the election season, covering all things election. So we're very excited about that. It's going to be a little bit different because you and I will be talking throughout the show, but most people that watch the show, they know we have some features. Don't worry, we're going to have some features and we'll show you our feature stories, but we'll also break down some of the things coming up, give you some information out there. But the main thing I wanted to bring you on and talk about is this forum we have coming up. Muskogee Media is sponsoring for the chief candidates.
Yes, sir. We have a forum on August 15th, starts at 10 a.m. We're going to allow the National Council representatives to come in at 10 a.m. or actually 9:40, right before the forum starts, so they can hand out information so citizens can come in, learn about the National Council candidates. We're going to start the Principal Chief Forum sharply at 10 o'clock, and then ask questions and go to about noon.
Great. So it's kind of cut and dry, going to be real simple. And one of the things that you guys, Muskogee Media and me as well, you know, all of us together, but one of the things that we really wanted to do with this forum is to make sure there was guidelines, things like that, so it does run smoothly. And we feel like we've done that and got a lot of things worked out, and we've held meetings. So I think we're getting to the light at the end of the tunnel to where we can finally just put it on. Yeah, but that's kind of what we had in mind, was to make sure it was pretty structured, because these things can get out of control sometimes.
Right, and we want it to be fair for all candidates. We want every candidate to have a chance to let citizens know what they bring to the table.
And it's going to be there at the Dome, right?
Yes,
so lots of room, seating, a lot of people. Hopefully we'll see a lot of people out. You know, Jessica, I know with the paper, you guys are always trying to get out things and crunching numbers and looking at data and things like that. We can't, I mean, here at the tribe, we can't help but be disappointed, I think, with our voting numbers in the last few elections. We'd really like to see those get higher and a lot more people taking part in our democratic process. So I think that's another thing that makes us want to put things on like this too. I mean, do you agree with that?
I agree with that. You know, it's not about who you vote for. It's about turning out and voting. You know, a lot of citizens, you know, want things done a certain way or have issues or questions and things like that. And so it's important to turn out to vote so that you can put those people in place to help you with the things that you need help with.
Another thing too that I'm excited about is we worked really hard putting things together for the forum and making sure that we had good people working on it, reputable people coming in from the outside, and I think we've done a great job with that in selecting our moderator. And tell us a little bit about our moderator.
Well, our moderator, we were very
fortunate.
We're very fortunate to get Lindsay Robertson from OU. He's from the Indian Law program. And I think he'll do a great job. You know, he knows a lot about Indian law and has conducted forums before. Yeah,
and he's wrote a review, and I think that he's given testimony to the Indian Affairs Commission, things like that, on Capitol Hill. So Lindsay is definitely well versed in Native American law and really Native issues, things like that. I'm sure he's seen a lot. In fact, whenever I contacted him asking him about the opportunity to come down, he said, wow, that would be neat. You know, he said, I get asked to do a lot of things in Indian country, but this is sort of special and unique for me. So he jumped at the opportunity. So I think it's going to be great. You know, we have a chance to get to know all the principal chief candidates, their platforms, and with, as you said, a very fair, structured event to where they're all going to get the same shot. They're going to get the
Exactly.
same amount of time. They're going to get the same type of questions. So it's a neat thing, and I think that they're all ready for it too. So August 15th, that's Saturday at the Dome. As you said, we're going to start promptly at 10, a little bit before that. If you want to get some information on councilmen and some information on council that will be available. Plus, the very next week, having a council forum there. And I think it's in the Dome too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and the Young Leaders group here at Creek Nation in Homata Simahachkolgi, they have put this on for the council, so it'll be a good chance then to get everybody acclimated with the council candidates as well. So as this episode continues to just soldier on, as we move on to other topics and things like that, getting to some of our features, we'll get into more with where you need to register, how much time you have left, and all those things about the election board and the contact information and all those things. So we'll get to that as the episode wears on, and we're going to take our first quick break though. But don't come back. You don't want to go anywhere. I'll be back. Jessica McBride, you're going to hang out with us, aren't you?
I
the rest of the day?
am.
All right, cool. We're going to have her on the entire episode, and we'll be talking about lots of things. Plus, we're going to get to our features as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the show.
We believe if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. We believe that transitioning convicted citizens back into our communities enhances public safety. We believe that every citizen, even ex-prisoners, are important and are capable of change. We believe in reclaiming our citizens and investing them back into a culture that embraces healing and restoration.
We believe
in reintegration.
I pledge to embrace and educate offenders in an effort to stop their abuse.
I pledge to all women to love them, protect them, and teach them that violence does not belong in our communities and is not our tradition.
I pledge to take full responsibility for myself and the women and children of the Muskogee Nation.
I pledge to work courageously and audibly to fulfill this pledge for the rest of my life.
It's more than just an associate degree. It's a life-changing experience.
You'll see a lot of cultural features here on the campus. You'll see a symbol of the mound, which goes back to the history of Muskogee people as being in that Mississippian time period, that mound building society. That really welcomes our students whenever they first get here.
The college in itself is beyond the building, is the people.
They're passionate, very passionate about what they teach, and it shows whenever they're teaching.
The instructors and the administration, they really believe in their students here.
After a couple classes, I began to notice that it kind of felt as if I were returning back to something that had been lost for like a long time. As I learned more about the history of my people, to discover that there were very many great people that did a lot of good things for their people, for their nations, and that those people were American Indian and Native American, it kind of brings out a sense of pride that was not really there before.
There is a future for our people.
All right, and welcome back to the program, a special election season edition of Native News Today, as I said, with media coordinator here from the Muskogee Nation News and Muskogee Media, Miss Jessica McBride. And Jessica, we've been talking about the election coming up, of course, and the forum and everything like that. We now have set in stone, the filing period is over. We have 5 candidates for Principal Chief, the highest office of this nation. And as we look at the candidates, you definitely start with the Principal Chief. You know, he's the incumbent. Hard to beat an incumbent in an election. The Principal Chief and George Tiger for the last 4 years has been out there. He's done things, and so definitely built up on an administration level certain things to talk about in his platform for sure. But as we look at the other candidates, there's some. It's really a great mixture because you have people that have been involved for several years with the tribe, knows what it takes to make laws and to work in that stead. We've got a speaker of our legislative body. We have 2 members of our legislative body, and one of which has been a legislative member for several years.
Right.
One, relatively new to the legislative game, just a few years there. But if you look at who we're talking about, there's great choices, and I think that really, as we said earlier, the most important thing is it doesn't matter who you vote for, but that you vote.
Exactly, exactly. We've got 5 candidates. We've got the current Principal Chief, George Tiger, and then we've got 3 National Council candidates that are currently serving on the National Council. We have Speaker Thomas Yahola, we have David Nichols, and we have Adam Jones. And then we have another Creek citizen that is running for Principal Chief. His name is James Floyd. He is the former director of the VA hospital in Muskogee.
Very neat. And that's what I mean when I say it's a neat mixture, because you have Floyd, who comes in and hasn't been involved in tribal politics, but has certainly made his mark in the world and in the work that he's done a lot of great things there. But also then you mix it in with people that have been involved and know, have that knowledge and things like that. So there's going to be, and when I said there's good choices, I mean people are going to have that choice to where they want to go with experience, do they want to go with a new fresh ideas or anything like that.
Or education, or just someone who they feel will bring their ideas to the table.
Right. Lots of great choices. So, all right, well, we're going to get to actually, as she says, education there. Great things going on, Muskogee Creek Nation Higher Education, our Scholarship Foundation, which is a great exercising of sovereignty for this nation to be a part of something like that. They recently held a workplace giving reception for some of the employees that give into the Scholarship Foundation and wanted to recognize some people. Yours truly was actually recognized, the Employee Volunteer of the Year. Shameless plug there. But I want to thank all the great people at the Scholarship Foundation, and this was a wonderful event. We were just so glad to be able to cover it.
Well, what we're doing here now is we're doing a workplace giving program appreciation. It's what we do is last year we had a kickoff, to start this. But this year, we've had people that's been continuously donating for, years, months. We want to recognize them. So, we have awards. We have a certain amount of different awards that we give out today. So, and then we decided, feed everybody, just have a good time and socialize. Some people like to donate $5, and when that already comes out of their check, they really don't notice it, but it's a little bit, and we take that little bit, and that little bit can go a long ways, over a course of a year, and that's half of a scholarship right there. We are a young organization, and we are starting to get in the mode of things. Last year we did a pilot on that golf tournament. Everything was good. We're planning one again for September 4th. And then with this event, it's something that we wanted to do, like I said, to, I guess you would say, appreciate these donors, show them that, we care. We're not just taking their money, it's something we're taking it, we're putting it out back into the community, for scholarships. And, we are looking at a 5K, but, some things are going a little bit south on that, but we'll get through it, and we're planning on for next fiscal year. We were here at the complex at the Education and Training Building. We're right towards the left. Myself, I'm Nathan Barnett. My director is Dr. Pete Kozer. We have the Resource Development Specialist, Christy Binge. Anybody can just walk in, and we can sit down and talk and look to establish a scholarship or, donate to an existing scholarship.
It's a program that it's all voluntary donations and fundraisers, different things such as this. And the main thing that builds the program is participation, volunteer participation, and that's not only in the giving of money, but also volunteering to help others to help bring in monies, such as annual giving program, the telethon, the mail-out program, the employee payroll deduction. They all make up a revenue stream that adds to one big pot of money.
It was something that Dr. Kozer came to me about early on when they wanted to approach the casinos, and I thought it was a great way to give back. Shakota Casino has a history of being involved with the community and doing a lot of great fundraising efforts for the Relay for Life and then some other things in the community. So we thought it was a good way for us to get involved. Give the employees something fun to participate in, you know, with the Jeans Day, being able to wear jeans out in the casino, and being that it's kind of a locals and a rural, kind of a rural area in Shakota, the patrons really like it, they enjoy it, and so it's really been a positive thing for the casino as well as for the Scholarship Foundation. We were able to raise enough money to fund double what we thought we were going to do this year, so we went ahead and funded 2 scholarships here this spring.
All right, our thanks once again to the Scholarship Foundation for putting on that neat event there, and as they just keep getting better and better and getting more money, sending more of our Creek citizens to their higher education goals. Jessica McBride is once again Muskogee Nation News media coordinator, and she's been in charge of getting everything ready for the forum, and we're excited about that, Jessica, as we roll along here on Native News Today for our election season special. Jessica, I want to talk to you about one of the things when these forum comes up. When they come up, a lot of people will go, what are the questions going to be? You know, and it's not a paranoia, it's just that they kind of would like to know and things like that. So we don't want anybody to have any canned answers, but at the same time, we're not trying to sabotage anyone. So talk a little bit about the process and how the questions are came up with.
Well, the questions kind of cover all aspects. You know, we're going to have some questions that are about platform specific, and we're also going to have some questions that are about the nation and viewpoints. We have come up with a couple of questions that are fairly generalized, but we want citizen responses too. So any citizen who has a question idea, send it to me. My email address is jmcbride@mcn-nsn.gov. Just email it to me. The deadline is August 12th at 5 p.m.
All right, and everybody out there, that gives them a chance to feel like, you know, when we have a forum like this, not everybody can jump up and ask a question, you know, things like that. So you do have an avenue to be able to get your thoughts in. That's a great idea, to be able to have some citizen feedback, to really get to the heart of the matter of what's concerning our citizens, because they're our greatest resource. And so we need to look to them and listen to them. And that's why we have these listening meetings. We have forums. We want the citizens involved in this democratic process. So it's a great thing. Culture, health, education, all discussed, and I can't wait to get all of these issues and topics out there on the table. It's going to be great. Well, speaking of culture, speaking of some of these issues that we would definitely be hearing about as campaign season rolls along, one of the things that a lot of people will harp on is the fact that our language is our greatest asset as a tribe. It's something that we really need to hang on to, make sure that it carries on for future generations. That's exactly what they were doing this week at the Muskogee Dome as the Muskogee Language Preservation Program held its immersion camp for young children.
We have the Children's Immersion Camp going on. The children are from 1st to 6th grade. They come from all over different areas. We had a slot for 40 children, and we filled up that slot, although we had a deadline. We filled that up in like 8 days. And so right now we have 31 children. We had a waiting list we've called, and so we have 31 children right now. We have 3 classes. Well, actually, we have 4. We have a lot of 5th and 6th graders, so we split those up into 2 classes. And so we have 1st grade and 2nd grade together, 3rd and 4th, and 5th and 6th together. We're teaching them basic greetings. We're talking about their clans. They'll do articles, clothing, just real basic things. We're going to be doing this for 3 days, half days. We serve them breakfast and lunch. And we just thought it'd just give them a little time to learn a little bit of language. We really feel like we're running out of time. We're trying to push the language as much as we can because we tease in our language, we joke around, we're fluent speakers. We have 5 fluent speakers in the program, and every day we talk our language and speak to each other. But once that's gone, we don't know who will carry this on. So we try to encourage the children to speak as much as they can.
Telling them this morning, be proud of being Muskogee Creek. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed by it. I said, then and speak your language. I said, that was my first language, and today I'm proud of it, and to be Muskogee Creek. And I said, and that's the backbone of our tribe. And a lot of times I hear they're going to take away our language. You know, they might just let it go, and I said, they can't do that. That's Muskogee right there. So I tend to defend my language and what it is. But a lot of times, you know, it's coming from people that wants to replace it with something else. They're the ones that's not trying to learn it, not trying to, you know, even give a word of it. You know, it's kind of just want to do away with it. I said, but you can't. You know, you come to work for us, and you know, and just be proud of who you're working for and what we represent. You know, that's all we can do. But we try to tell people our language is dying. But you know, what else can we do? So, but the little ones, they learn, and I said, y'all the ones going to carry it on. So, you know, just be proud of who you are.
Our thanks again to the Language Preservation Program for letting us in on the immersion camp this week. Those youngsters doing a great job learning the beautiful Muskogee language. We can't wait to see them use it more and more as they grow into young adults. Well, our next story takes us to Oklahoma City, the Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, as they held the Indian Health Service statewide awards. Muskogee Creek Nation Health System well represented.
We have the 12th Annual Oklahoma City Area Indian Health Service Tribal and Urban Awards Program, and we recognize throughout Indian country the 3 three healthcare systems programs on individual and group level awards for superior service. We have a committee that plans about in a year in advance for each ceremony. So each tribal member, most of the tribal members, urban programs, and service unit level Indian health programs have a committee, and we discuss issues that we, you know, come together. We face common issues, and so we talk about those and try to figure out ways that we can make our ceremony a success. other than Lead the Service Awards, we have a peer recognition award from each of the tribal health program facilities, urban and federal programs. And we have a merit level, which is a higher level facility award. And then we have individual clinical awards, individual non-clinical awards for programs that are, non-clinical, like environmental health and things like that. And we have group individual and group clinical, and we have health promotion and wellness awards. And then we have a higher level award, which is the Area Director Award, which is the admiral that is over the Oklahoma City Area Indian Health Program. Those are his direct awards, and those goes from lifetime achievement to area, national impact, and customer service.
Well, this is the 12th annual Oklahoma City Area Directors Awards ceremony here at the National Cowboy Hall of Fame Museum, and every year we have it to recognize all of the IHS, Indian Health Service employees, also tribal employees in urban facilities as well. So we're all here, gathered here today with pretty much the whole statewide here joined together with the 5 civilized tribes, whomever has health facilities in their tribe. We do have great people working for us as far as employees. They have the heart to work with the patients, or they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, So what's awesome about it, that we have the best, I believe, to be working for us. And as long as they've worked here, it's a great honor to have them working with us, 35 years, 30 years, and 40 years. And so it's a great honor to have these employees with us that long. And they do a great job. The customer service, customer care is probably our biggest thing that we really promote now.
All right, that's going to wrap up another episode of Native News Today, the special election season edition of Native News Today. Once again, my special guest for this last 30 minutes has been Miss Jessica McBride. She does a fantastic job, and Jessica, as the media coordinator, getting everything ready for election season. But Jessica, we can't let them go without reminding them, get to the election board, do what you got to do, register to vote. Exactly. And we got some deadlines on that.
Yes, August 27th, 5 p.m. That is your deadline to register as an absentee ballot.
Yes.
And then for more information, contact the election board at 918-732-7631.
7631. The election board. You can also go online. I believe they have forms online that you can print off and send in. So there's no excuse not to vote if you have a Creek Nation citizenship card and you're over the age of 18. Shame on you if you don't have actually. So I mean, I hate to be like that, but it's time. We got to get those voter numbers up. Everybody out there, we love when you can catch us on the networks, but if you can't, go to our online channel on YouTube. It's getting real popular, so you want to get in before the trend gets too heavy and say that you were there first. Well, go see us on Facebook, Twitter, and throughout the week, and our Instagram. Go see our Instagram. That's nice and shiny and new. Everybody have a great one. We'll see you next time.